They've only lost once at home. Already meeting Texas earlier this year as we get started. Kansas with the first possession of the game. Kansas lost the first outing in Austin earlier this year. And so the second and final meeting of conference play between these two. A little pick and roll to set up Chandler Prater inside. The ball movement to Holly Kersgeter. She misses the first one, and Gonzalez with the rebound. She had a career high 26 points the first time these two teams played. We talked about Harmon, Gaston at the 4. Sonya Morris also had a good game the first time these two played. And Faye actually got into some foul trouble in that first game.
Yeah, we're going to watch Gonzalez this game. Kansas is going to have to do a great job stopping her because she's a very good offensive player.
Morris rims in and out, and there's Jackson for one of what will be many rebounds you expect from her today. Same starting lineup for Kansas we've seen all year. Mayberry, the transfer from Tulsa at the point guard. Kersgeter, Franklin, along with Prater there. So it sends Chandler Prater to the free throw line, shooting 80% from the free throw line. And she's really an X factor for Kansas, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's the heart of the team.
Shot clock winding down. Morris pulls the trigger, hits it. It's a two-pointer, foot on the line. She can score at all three levels, getting to the rim, mid-range, and three. And how about Livette Mayberry going to the rim?
She's great at those drives. It's hard to stop her. I feel like to stop her, you need to foul her.
You know, and Coach Brandon talked to us today at shoot-around about the fact that when you play the Texas defense, you either need to be in attack mode or they're going to attack you. We've seen some of that attack mode so far for Kansas.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing exactly what they practiced.
Gaston, she was out from November 28th to January 7th, but she has come back and is averaging double digits for Texas. Holly Kersgeter in attack mode.
That's a strong finish.
Trying to get inside those opposing defenses, making the right decisions. How tough is that?
It is really hard, especially when you're 5'5", 5'6", you're playing a 6'6" player. That's one of the hardest things, but I believe that she's one of the best players at that.
Yeah, you're about the same size as Rori,
yeah.
Aren't you? 21 seconds on the shot clock for Kansas. They're up 6-4. Almost stolen away, and then it's knocked off Mayberry's and gets in there and forces a turnover.
Not only that, but let's watch this clip right here. They're denying the ball, making Kansas players get out of their spots so they can disrupt their offense.
Gaston stops, pops. It's all tied up again. Kersgeter is leading Kansas in scoring in Big 12 play. She's averaging over 16 points a game in conference play. Jackson weaves her way in. 4 different players have scored for the Jayhawks. Jones, short, and that's tough over Jackson with her length.
Something that I really like about Texas players is that if someone gets them down there, they want to get them back here. You just saw that with Jones. She just tried to score on DeYona Gaston.
Prater short. Franklin misses the putback. Jackson there with the rebound, and she's tied up. And a good defensive stop. National Girls and Women in Sports Day.
It is, and it's great to see women being a part of sports.
That's Nikki Himalio-Wellner. I'm Brenda Van Lingen. We're glad to be joining you here in this National Girls and Women in Sports Day week. Harmon short. The pass up ahead to Zakiya Franklin. She finishes the break. Kansas up 10-6. Marion Washington, the first black woman to be hired at a predominantly white institution at the University of Kansas in 1973. Jody Conrad. Now that's Talegdi, the freshman out of Budapest, Hungary. And Zakiya Franklin at the free throw line. Zakiya Franklin averaging over 14 points a game. Gonzalez finds her way to the basket, and it is fouled. She will go to the free throw line. Shaylee Gonzalez makes the first free throw. She's a WCC Player of the Year at BYU. Number 10 on the career points list in BYU history. And she makes both free throws to draw Texas within 2. Under a minute to play in the first quarter here at Allen Fieldhouse. Backdoor cut for Prater. Extra pass by Strom. And the three-pointer by Zakiya Franklin. First three-pointer of the game for Kansas. Holle dumps it down to Jones, but a blocking foul on the pass. And you're going to say under the basket. So the basket did not count. The foul occurred on the block on the pass before the shot went up and in. But Texas will inbound it on the baseline.
And those are the kind of fouls that are frustrating for players because they finish the basket, but it doesn't count.
Well, Jones comes right back and takes care of it there, so she got her basket. Nadira El-Tayeb is in the game, replacing DeYona Gaston. Franklin short on that shot. And at the buzzer, Shaylee Gonzalez hits the three to tie it up. And that is the first foul. Remember that Khadija Faye went out of the game early for Texas. Jones came in for her. She's got 2 fouls. And now Gaston picks up a foul. Another steal for Texas. They've already got 4 steals on the day.
And they're great about forcing turnovers and stealing the ball.
Gaston off the window. Nice shot for Texas. Jackson to Strom, the extra pass again. Chandler Prater just a little strong. Boy, that looked like it was straight on. Shay Holle, bucket. First basket of the game for Shay Holle. She averages about 5 points a game and is a 39% three-point shooter.
Yeah, she's a consistent player. She will shoot when she's ready to shoot and right open.
Texas in the lead for the first time today. Morris too strong. Strom there for the rebound. Mayberry over the top. Jackson gets it. Beautiful pass from Mayberry. Sets up Jackson, now 6 points. She's 3 of 3 from the floor. And that ball gets away. Kersgeter, Franklin. Talegdi is the only non-starter in the game right now, and DeYona Gaston inside. Jackson set up again. That time a nice screen set up to get Jackson open. Ooh, Gaston almost had that one get away from her. Morris taking it right at Franklin. Franklin on her heels. Nice jump shot from Morris.
That's a great play because she creates separation so she can have an open shot.
She's got 4 points now. Sonya Morris. That one's tipped. Mayberry over to Jackson again.
That's 3 in a row.
Jackson is now 5 of 5 from the field. She's got 10 points. Rori Harmon off the inbounds play.
You gotta make some changes when you're playing a player like DeYona Gaston.
Her first trip to the free throw line today. Rori is a player that is leading the Big 12 in assists per game. Here comes Mayberry. And it's blocked, but a foul will be called. Wyvette Mayberry is at the free throw line. She picked up the foul on Jones. Jones is on the bench. Taylor Jones with 3 fouls. And Wyvette Mayberry cashes in 3 of the top teams in the conference. So this is an opportunity for Kansas. And these two met in Austin earlier this year. Wyvette Mayberry hitting the basket there. Texas got the win, 72-59. They were up at halftime in Austin, 41-29. So This is a different ball game here in Lawrence as Kansas with the lead. Texas is 0 for 4. Is that why Gonzalez goes and attacks the rim there?
Yeah, exactly. She's trying to create space for herself because she knows that she can score.
Gonzalez misses the first, makes the second. DeYona Gaston leading the way for Texas with 8. Franklin uses the screen of Jackson. How well did she use that screen and then score in a tough position?
And they're driving to score, and that's a little difference than what we are seeing on the Texas side.
Zakiya Franklin at the free throw line, her nickname KB, misses that one. Kansas up 28-24, but it's been close throughout the first half. Muhammad into the game, number 14. Morris puts it on the floor. That's a tough shot over Jackson. Pass inside, and Zakiya Franklin off the window. Nice up high off the window. Gotta love seeing the glass. That's 11 points now for Zakiya Franklin, and a traveling call on Texas. Just under 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Texas being very physical.
So KB is going to take the point right now, which I think it's great. She does a great job of keeping the pace of the game and matching with the intensity.
Faye forces it up over Jackson. Jackson there with the rebound. 12 points and 4 rebounds for Jackson, who has been a double-double machine in Big 12 play. Kersgeter, Strom driving against Rori Harmon. That's a tough player to have to drive against. Prater spinning, scoring.
That's not the first time she does that either.
What a beautiful move for Chandler Prater to give Kansas their largest lead of the game, 8 points, with under a minute to play in the second quarter. Faye blocked by Jackson, tipped into the hands, though, of Gaston. She misses the scramble. Okay, so this is the first trip to the free throw line for Hattie Faye. She doesn't have any points today. She makes that one, a 71% free throw shooter on the year. Takes a deep breath. The transfer from Texas Tech makes both. Holly Kersgeter, that left side of the lane was open. Just didn't finish it. And Texas with a chance for the last shot of the half. The clock is winding down. Rori Harmon takes her time, but misses the shot, and Kansas will go to the halftime locker room with the 6-point advantage. She has 12 points and 4 rebounds, and an inadvertent horn buzzer, and Kansas will have the first possession of the third quarter. Ball tipped out of bounds. A Kansas win today would move them up to 5-5 in the Big 12 standings. And they're going to call an offensive foul on DeYona Jackson on a push-off in the paint. Texas currently in first place in the Big 12. They're 8-2. Their only losses at Texas Tech and at Oklahoma State. So now they're saying jump ball, and yeah, they pointed the Kansas direction, but the arrow is pointing toward Texas. So yes, it's Texas basketball on the possession arrow from the ball being stuck between the rim and the backboard. Gaston is fouled from behind by Kersgeter. She stayed active, and that's going to be the third foul on Holly Kersgeter. Sanna Strom is going to check into the game, the sophomore from Sweden, to replace Kersgeter with those 3 fouls. And Gaston does not convert on the 3-point play. And Faye there to battle for it. Jackson rips it away. Kersgater on the bench for Kansas with 3 fouls. Mayberry weaving through traffic. Jackson tries to grab it, and it gets away from her.
Gonzalez probably didn't even see Jackson coming. She came out of nowhere.
I mean, she's so long. At 6'6", those long arms. Gaston goes up over Strom. That's a mismatch right now for Texas against Kansas. It was a 6-point lead at halftime. Texas on a little 4-0 run to start the third quarter. Franklin with her strong left hand. Shot clock winding down. Morris steps back, foot on the line, 2-point bucket.
She's great at that, just creating that space so she can have a better release for her shot. She's great at it.
Kansas is a team that typically makes over 5 3-pointers a game. They're just 1 for 3 so far today, but they've been so good in the paint, and DeYona Jackson remains perfect. So now you've got a freshman trying to contain DeYona Gaston, a dynamic scorer for Texas, and she takes it right at the freshman inside. Mayberry blocking foul. Holly Kersgater and Chandler Prater have 3 fouls. For Texas, both Shaylee Gonzalez and Taylor Jones have 3 fouls. A strong free throw shooter misses both. Very unusual. An 86% free throw shooter on the year, and she's 1 for 4 today. Morris from 3. And Vic Schaefer tried to catch DeYona Gaston, and both of them tumbled over the bench.
That's hard to stop when a big player like that comes in full force coming towards you.
Yeah.
It seems like they had it for a moment.
Yeah, it did. It did. Vic Schaefer had her in his arms, and they just continued to tip backwards. So it's really good to see Vic Schaefer standing up. He looks okay. I think the officials going and checking with him. He's all right. Gaston seems okay. Crisis averted. Rori Harmon, one of the only players on the court that hasn't picked up any fouls yet. She has 0 for the game. She reaches in and steals that away from Talegdi.
She's doing a great job.
And she dishes off to Gaston. Number 1 in assists in the Big 12. Rori Harmon delivered a great pass there, and we're all tied up.
If you watch her play defense, her legs are constantly moving. She's never reaching with her arms.
Franklin blocked by Khadija Faye. Vic Schaefer saying, let's go. Morris up over Strom's outstretched hand, and Texas regains the lead for the first time in the third quarter. Timeout, Brandon Schneider and Kansas. So Kansas inbounds it. Brandon Schneider called a timeout, so the next whistle there will be another media timeout. Mayberry against Rori Harmon. Just throws it up as she goes over Khadija Faye. Harmon stops, pops. It's a 4-point lead for Texas. An 8-0 run for the Longhorns. Holly Kersgater is back in the game with 3 fouls. Mayberry stops the run, makes the 3-pointer, but they're going to call DeYona Jackson for a foul. The basket counts, but a foul on DeYona Jackson and a timeout. It sends Khadija Faye to the free throw line for Texas. Khadija Faye averages just over 6 points a game typically. She's got 2 today on 2 of 3 from the free throw line. She makes that one.
Texas started to apply more pressure, Katie, right now.
And inside, that's what Kansas was doing in the first half, getting the ball to Jackson as Faye picked up her Faye picked up her third foul. That brings Taylor Jones back to the court with 3 fouls as well. And DeYona Jackson continues her perfect afternoon. 8 of 8 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Jones has Jackson buried inside. Now that's going to be an offensive foul on Gaston. She just threw Kurzgeter. Kansas with that last 3-point play by Jackson retook the lead. We've had 6 lead changes, 7 ties in this game. Kansas led by 6 at the half. Texas came back, took the lead, and Kansas has regained the lead. And Taylor Jones picks up the foul. That's her 4th foul. Khadija Faye comes back on the court. DeYona Jackson. So Khadija Faye has 3 fouls. She's on the court. Gaston. Faye battles. Too strong. Jackson with the rebound. She's closing in on another double-double. That's 7 rebounds. Tallied, got it! That is only the second three-pointer of the year for Sophia Tallied. She was 1 of 9 from beyond the arc before she hit that one. Wow.
And she knows that she can do it. You watch her in practice, and she's taking those shots in practice, so her confidence is up.
And Shay Holle, talk about confidence, answers right back for Texas. What a game. Franklin goes with her left hand, scores it. You said Kansas wasn't doing what they normally do. They were just attacking. Once they've been moving the ball back and forth, they've been much more effective on offense.
Yeah.
4 seconds on the shot clock. Morris back irons it. Mayberry. Who touched it last? They're saying Mayberry touched it last, so another possession for Texas. Under a minute to play in the third quarter, 20 seconds on the shot clock for Texas. They're down by 5. Harmon can't get her own rebound. Franklin ahead to Mayberry. Mayberry putting on the Jets and blocked by Gaston. El Tayeb has it blocked, so 2 blocks in a row for Texas. Franklin, too easy for that basket.
That's a great steal by Nadira.
13 seconds in the quarter. Holle gets that one to fall. Kansas has time. 4 seconds on the clock. Mayberry takes it in at Rori and is not able to score, and that's the way we'll finish the third quarter. Kansas led by 6 at the half. That is Nikki Wellner. You remember her as Nikki Hamalio, Nikki Hamalio.
You got it.
And she graduated in 2020 from the Jayhawks. This is Nikki's first women's basketball, any television broadcast. She's doing a terrific job. I appreciate being here with you and this entire female crew on National Girls and Women in Sports Day. And the women out on the court for Kansas keep getting the ball to Jackson, as she has been incredible. Morris from the corner splashes it in, and it's a 2-point ball game. Kansas with possession. Little tip by Rori Harmon, and it goes off the fingers of Mayberry. They are outscoring Texas 38-18 in the paint.
And that surprises me because Texas has 12 offensive rebounds versus 6 from Kansas.
Gaston tries to save the air ball, but it goes into the hands of Mayberry. They have numbers, and Wyvette Mayberry scores it. She's got 10 points now for the Jayhawks. Gaston over what a tough shot.
We can do something with it.
Isn't that the truth? And another block by Khadija Faye. Morris goes into Gaston. Gaston challenges Jackson, and another tough shot. 20 points for DeYona Jackson. Mayberry off right. And a foul on Jackson as her hand appeared to hit the face of... Oh, we're all tied up, so we've got 6:15 remaining in the game to have a winner emerge. It's been a fantastic game. Both teams playing well. Kansas is shooting 52% from the field against one of the best defensive teams, not only in the conference, but in the country. Rori Harmon hits that one to give Texas the lead back.
And that's her shot. She's really good about doing this pull-up jumper when she finished so high.
And finishing high is Zakiya Franklin. What an afternoon. She has 19 points. Vic Schaefer calling the play from the sideline. Shot clock down to 10. Gaston. She has been red hot and continues to be. She is 11 of 19 from the floor. 22 points for Texas. Kersgeter takes it right at Holle. Boy, a lot of bumping, no foul. Jackson with the rebound. That one knocked away from Chandler Prater, and then a jump ball. It will stay on this end. Kansas with 16 turnovers, 9 for Texas. Too high for Jackson, and Holly Kersgeter hustles back. She distracts the shot, may have gotten a hand on it. Kersgeter falls to the floor, and it will stay Texas ball, but Brandon Schneider is cheering on the hustle. Shay Holle. Morris, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Harmon steps back. Boom. That's a 2-point shot. 4-point lead for the Longhorns. We haven't seen Yvette Mayberry for a while, but she's at the scorer's table ready to check in. Jackson blocked by Jones. And 3 minutes remaining in the game. Texas with a 4-point lead. And Strom called with a foul. Yvette Mayberry back on the court. Oh, and Rori Harmon seemed to lose control of the basketball. That one stays on this end. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Rori Harmon turns the corner, gets away from her. Here comes Mayberry. She's got numbers. 3-on-1. Takes it right at the rim. Scores it. 2-point lead for the Longhorns. 1:48 remaining. Gaston. Prater fouls, and Gaston flexes as she will go to the line for a 3-point play.
DeYona Gaston at the line.
And what a strong play by DeYona Gaston to just go through the contact. The 5th personal foul on Jones. She has been in foul trouble all day. It's just the first team foul on Texas in the quarter. 1.5 minutes remaining. Kansas down by 4. Mayberry has it blocked by Hattie Faye. Harmon going to use as much of the shot clock as she can. Here she goes. Harmon backing it out. Under a minute to play. 5 on the shot clock. Harmon, no. Jackson with the rebound and a timeout called. The handoff to Mayberry. Mayberry to Kersgeter. And the foul on Morris as Franklin takes it to the basket. Zakiya Franklin, career high was 27 points in an overtime game against Nebraska. She misses that free throw, and it's a 3-point advantage for Texas.
And that's what Coach Brandon was talking at the beginning of the game. There are going to be a lot of turnovers. We need to decrease the gap between turnovers and free throws. They should make more free throws.
Yeah, 9 of 14 from the free throw line, Kansas today. So some missed opportunities at the line. Rori Harmon, 7 on the shot clock, working on Mayberry. Pulls up, hits it. Ice water in her veins. It's a 5-point lead for Texas and a timeout for the Jayhawks. Leads the Big 12 in assists and steals and gets a clutch one there. So Kansas down by 5, 15.6 remaining. Kansas needs to score quickly. They get it to Prater. Holly Kersgeter pulls back, 3-pointer, got it! 2-point ball game.
That's experience right there.
And a timeout by Vic Schaefer. Tiana Jackson at 6'6" is trying to obstruct the view of Gaston. Rori Harmon gets it, and a quick foul from Mayberry. She is one of those clutch players. We just saw that big shot on the last possession.
If she wasn't who she is, I would tell you.
Kind of surprising that Rori Harmon is a 59% free throw shooter, and she misses both free throws with 8 seconds remaining. And Vic Schaefer steps in and calls a timeout. No timeouts remaining for the Jayhawks.
And he changed the play.
So it looks different as the Jayhawks come out on the court. Vic Schaefer is looking them over. He's got a timeout. We'll see if he calls another timeout here. Holly Kersgeter to inbound it once again. Franklin inside. Jackson has it knocked away, and Kansas commits the foul. They tried to go inside to Tiana Jackson, but Texas knocked the ball away.
I would like to see that again. It seems like she was hugged from the back. No, that's perfectly clean. She goes around her. She gets away from Tiana, goes around her and sticks her hand right there. That's perfect play by Faye.
Still time left, 3.8 remaining. Khadija Faye at the free throw line, misses the first. Now, keep in mind, Kansas does not have a timeout left. It's 3.8 seconds remaining, so they have a chance, no matter if she makes or misses here, to possibly tie the game. Khadija Faye, 3 of 5 from the stripe today. She makes that. It's a 3-point game. Kansas can tie it with a 3. Strome passing down, intercepted by Gaston. She catches, and that will be the ball game. Kansas had an opportunity to tie it up. Gaston